Hey guys, it's Joel and welcome back to another video in my BMW Z4, and about the third time I've tried to film this video, which is the fact that I've now done it's actually 6,000 now, because it's been 1,000 miles when I've been trying to film this, 6,000 miles in my BMW Z4, which is quite frankly ridiculous, as I've only had this car since the start of April, I think it was the start of April. If it was the start of April, that is actually less than 3 months ago, which means I've done something like 2,000 miles a month in this car. So let's go for a drive, and I'm going to chat to you a little bit about what those 6,000 miles have been like. So then, the first thing I want to say about my ownership of this car for the last 6,000 miles is I still haven't got bored of the power that it's got. Now, I discussed that a lot in my first video, which I did, and the last video, in fact. Well, it might not be the last video, because I might have done another one since then. Anyway, I discussed a lot about the power because it is quite a major thing for me with this car, and having also sort of driven and being round and in much faster cars than this since that video, since I bought this car, I'm still not bored of the power. I still enjoy it, and there's still sort of places and different sort of conditions which I haven't used it in yet. So there's still plenty of time for me to enjoy the power as well, and I'm certainly not bored of it yet. Themselves. They want to know how much does it cost to run, Joel, and I mean the quick answer is not much. It's not like it's supercar money to run or anything like overly significant. I mean, it's just a BMW, and it's no different to if you had a 3 Series or something sensible. And specifically to this car, it's really not been too bad. I can't remember what I'd done when I filmed that best car for under £5,000 video, but since then, or what I've definitely had since then or not, I've had it fully serviced, and there wasn't anything wrong with it during that service, but I think they did a few extras, so that was about £600. And that was a BMW specialist, not BMW themselves, but it was a BMW specialist, so £600. Yeah, quite a lot of money for a full service or a major service, but that was more peace of mind. So I had that done pretty much immediately. What else? Just recently I had the brakes done. That was something that I knew would need doing when I bought the car, so I just had the front discs and pads changed, and that was, how much was that? Around 200 quid, something like that, for just, they're not Brembos or anything, they're something below that. But yeah, so front disc and pads, full service, and then I guess the main day-to-day cost is the petrol, which is something lots of people assume straight away, that because this is a 3-litre sports car, but actually people just assume as soon as they see it's a sports car and it's got a convertible, they just think, well, that must be really fast and that must use so much petrol and it's polluting the atmosphere. That sounded really nice, actually. Aston Martin DBS Volante.
Cool, dude. Sick.
Anyway, I was talking about the fuel economy. So yes, contrary to popular belief, it's really not that bad, this car. And funnily enough, I think I read before buying it, because I was always going to get a 2.5 until I drove one of these, and then I really screwed myself because I was like, well, I've got to have it. And then when I delved into some sort of further research on the 3-litre, that's when I found out that apparently the 3-litre is more economical than the 2.5, because just the way the engine is, and sort of it's more economical. But in terms of specifics, I generally get 30 mpg. Like if I average, I sort of reset it every now and then, and like, wow, some guy parks on the opposite of the road. What are you doing, mate?
What the f*** are
are you doing?
Yeah, so generally I get about 30 miles per gallon, which that's not like that's not, you don't get a disease from hearing that number. It's quite a pretty civilised number, I think, 30 mpg. Having said that, like this tank, or this 110 miles, so a third of a tank, I have averaged 23.3 miles per gallon, which is obviously pretty diabolical, and that would certainly sort of be something that would make me worry about owning this car any longer if that's what I got all the time. But it's not the case. Generally, I'd say average 30 miles per gallon. But then, if I'm sort of working and lots of my sort of work is long distance in the UK and motorways and stuff, if I do a whole tank on a motorway, I will get like 45 plus. It will literally do, and that's if I'm doing 70, 75 miles an hour on the motorway, on cruise control for hundreds of miles for a whole tank. I will get 45 plus miles per gallon, which I think is outrageous. My dad's Skoda Octavia, which you may or may not know, he used that to reverse into that door there, which took about a month to get fixed, but that's another story. My dad's Skoda Octavia wouldn't even get 45, I don't think. It would get like 40 on the motorway. So I'm really, really impressed with the consumption, the sort of economy of this car. But it's very much so the way you drive it. And like I say, if I really want to hoon it for the whole tank, because I'm trying to make videos for you, 23.3 is what I've got on this one. So yeah. Now this is another point which I was going to bring up, which I don't really want to talk about because it just sounds really sort of egocentric and obnoxious, but it does. This car does get a lot of looks. Now I don't know if it's the sort of two-take thing where they look at the car and think, oh, that's quite nice, but they look at me, see a 12-year-old driving and go, what? I don't know if I get looked at a lot, or the car gets looked at a lot because of that. But yeah, I cannot believe how much people look at this car. And yeah, I shouldn't have to say, I know that this isn't a supercar and it's not like the best car in the world. I know all of that, but I was shocked, sort of, and I am still shocked at how much it gets looked at. Because in my head, it's like, this car I bought for less than £5,000. It's not really worth looking at from your Citroen C1, which is probably worth 7. But anyway, yeah, gets looked at a lot, and I think I guess that's a positive thing, isn't it? It's not something that I bought the car for, although I thought it was a good looking car myself. But I guess it's a nice thing if you like people looking at you. On the other hand, you can't help but feel like a little bit of a dick when you're driving around sort of a busy town with the roof off, and your 12-year-old face and a 3-litre badge on the side. So I don't know. But yeah, so that's something that shocked me. Another thing as well that I was going to reinforce, which I definitely talked about in the first video from sort of having it for a week, is how comfortable the car is. And still 3 months down the line and 6,000 miles down the line, I haven't had a bad back from driving this car. It is really, really comfortable. Like now we're doing 30 miles an hour in a town, can't hear a thing, well apart from my own voice, but I love that, so it's okay. Yeah, no, it's really quiet, and on the motorway it's 70 as well, super quiet. Cruise control works really well, I've used that a lot now. And yeah, it's just such a good cruiser, so comfortable as I've mentioned, and yeah, like I literally don't see how sort of having something sensible like a Polo or a 1 Series or something like that would be any more comfortable. Might not be any less comfortable, but I've got a convertible 2-seater, which is quite fast, and it's comfortable, so great. That is exactly what. Oh, it's not going to go past the camera. It's a Lotus Exige, or so that. Yeah, I don't know. It might be an Exige or an Elise. John T from Supercar Driving would know all about the Elises because he's got an Elise, haven't you, John T? It is actually an Elise. I don't know what I'm just wobbling on now. The next thing I was going to talk about is this. the sound is great. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. It just sounds great. Like everywhere especially when you're sort of revving through 4,000 to 6,000 RPM, it really sort of screams. And I never actually liked the sound to start with, but now it's really growing on me. And also, if you're sort of in the 6th gear and you put your foot down, there's like a deep little growl, and it's almost V80. And the thing that I could not believe, which I've only been discovering recently, and I've heard it from other people, and then when someone got in my car and revved it, it sounds incredible from the outside. Like if you sort of rev it up to 3,500 RPM, it sounds like a freaking V8. So with that in mind, because you can't hear much of that from the inside, I'm going to get the back box removed. Now, comment below if you've done it before to your car, or if you think it's a dreadful idea. But apparently it'll just make the car a lot louder, which in my head is brilliant, because it means I'll be able to hear all of that V8 noise. It's not a V8, but I'll be able to hear the V8 sounding noise from the inside of the car as well. So that's the... oh my days. Oh, for sake. So yeah, the sound of this car is just immense. I love it. Which brings me on to sort of, I guess, what do I want to, what's the next move? I guess the sort of 5,000 mile milestone was where I was really going to look at, am I going to keep this car for any longer, or am I going to flip it now, get something else? But every time I think about that, I go back to my first video, and I still agree that there isn't anything else fitting all of the categories I wanted ticked, or the boxes I wanted ticked, should I say. There isn't anything else better than this, and I still agree with that for me. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to get the back box removed, which will make it sound a lot louder, because it sounds hectic from the outside, and I want to be able to hear that from the inside as well. So I'm going to do that, so I can be a nice yob driving around towns with music blasting, driving in first gear on the red line everywhere. Basically, I'm very happy with my choice still. I absolutely love the car. Like I said, I'm not really bored of the performance yet. Not really bored of the sound, but I just want it to be louder because it's a great sound. And yeah, it really doesn't cost me that much to run, which is obviously the best thing in the world, because it means I can use this car loads, which I do. Now, the other thing I would say to anyone who wants to buy a car like this, or this car, who is also around my age, I'm 20, the insurance is pretty ridiculous. Luckily I had enough money to sort of cover that for a year as well, but to anyone who's sort of looking at buying a 3 litre Z4, or like I say, something equivalent, definitely get some quotes before you do it. But at the same time, don't let, if you sort of look at 3 or 4 quotes and they're ridiculous and unachievable, don't let that put you off, because the insurance companies tend to change prices daily. I don't know how it all works. Obviously their algorithms are very, very complex for working out the price of insurance. But check over a few weeks and then see. But I definitely recommend either way checking the quotes, just to see if it's going to be ridiculous, because you will get a very good idea of how much it's roughly going to cost. But yeah, for me that was worth it, and for you it might be different, but that is unfortunately the price you've got to pay being a 20-year-old trying to drive quite a fast car. Now I realise I've pretty much at this point wrapped up everything I wanted to say about the car, but I realise I don't think I've really talked any negatives, or really included anything that is negative about my ownership of this car for the last 6,000 miles. But I think I'll do a separate video on that, because there are a few things, admittedly quite nitpicky and insignificant, but there are a few things which really grinds my gears, really winds me up about this car. So I will probably go into another video for that, so we can focus on them in more detail. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and well, give it a thumbs down if you didn't. If you want to ask me any questions at all, leave a comment below. If you want to send me some abuse, just leave a comment below as well. And I guess if you want to talk about today's politics, then you might as well just comment below too. But yeah, subscribe to the channel here. Check me out on Instagram if you haven't already. My Instagram is here, jwmenquiries with an underscore. That's where I'm posting stuff daily. And yeah, I should have another video up for you very, very soon. So thank you for watching.